Hello everyone, welcome back for the maths class of 9th standard. I am Deepak. As we completed the first question of the exercise 6.2, so let us move for the second question of the exercise 6.2. So let us see what the question says. I will read the question along with the diagram, just understand it properly. Okay. In the figure 6.29, this is the figure. If AB is parallel to CD, if AB is parallel to CD and CD is parallel to EF and CD is parallel to EF, AB is parallel to CD and CD is parallel to EF, and Y is to Z is equal to 3 is to 7. This is the proportionality they gave it. Find X, they are asking us to find. This example is same as of 6.1 second question. Okay, this proportionality we will convert into the ratios which is equal to the constant. Okay, so let us do this example. Let me write the given part and I will draw the diagram here. Okay, so given part, AB is parallel to CD and CD is parallel to EF. This is the given part and I will draw the diagram here. Okay, so this is AB line and this is CD and this is EF. Okay, and they mentioned the angles here X and this is Y and over it is Z. Okay, now as you learned the concept about the alternate angles, yes or no? Alternate angles we learned, and the angles on the same set of the transversal line is equal to 180 degree, yes or no? We learned this concept, no? So let us use those concept in this example. Okay, now as AB is parallel to CD and CD is parallel to EF, AB is parallel to CD and CD is parallel to EF, can we write it as AB is parallel to EF? We learnt the statement in the last class, line which are parallel to the same line are parallel to each other, yes or no? See, AB is parallel to CD and CD is parallel to EF. It means what? AB is parallel to EF. Okay na? So by using this we can say that X is equal to Z. Why? Because see here, AB is this line and EF is this line. So if I remove this line, can you see only two lines are there, AB and EF, and they are parallel to each other? Okay, it means alternate angles are equal, angle X and angle Z is equal. Okay, no? So because of this we can say that angle X is equals to angle Z. Okay, or you can write it in this manner, X is equal to Z because of alternate angle. Okay, clear with this? Now we'll go with the ratio also. They gave ratio as Y is to Z, which is equal to 3 is to 7. So fraction Y by Z is equal to 3 by 7, and which is equal to constant, will make it. Okay, which is equal to constant, K is equal to constant. Why? Because when the ratios of the proportions convert into equal to sign, we have to represent it with the constant term. Okay, so now I will shift this 3 to the LHS of the denominator and this Z to the RHS of the numerator. Okay, so Y divided by 3 is equal to Z divided by 7, which is equal to K. Now equate the Y by 3 with K and Z by 7 with K. Y by 3 is equals to K and Z by 7 is equals to K. Now Y is equal to 3K, we got it, and z is equal to 7k. We got it. Okay, this is about the values of y is equal to 3k and z is equal to 7k. Now as we told that x is equal to z, x is equal to z, that means what is the value of z here? 7k. It means what? X is also equal to 7k. X is also equal to 7k. Therefore x is equal to 7k because x is equal to z. Okay, so we got the value of x here as a 7k. Now by using the theorem, that is, if a transversal intersect two parallel lines, then each pair of interior angles on the same side of the transversal is supplementary. The statement says this only, no? I will repeat it once again. If a transversal intersect two parallel lines, okay, then each pair of interior angles on the same side of the transversal is supplementary. Supplementary means 180 degree. So that theorem we will use it here. Okay, so therefore angle x plus angle y is equals to 180 degree. So as we know the value of x here, so we'll make it value of x as 7k. We'll put the value as 7k plus y angle also we know, y value also we know, that is 3k, which is equals to 180 degree. So 7k plus 3k is 10k, which is equals to 180 degree, and k is equals to 180 degree divided by 10. 0 0 get cancelled, which is equals to 18 degree. We got the value of k as 18 degree. Okay, now they are asked to find the value of x in this. Okay, so let us find the value of x here. Okay, so what is the value of x here? 7k. X is equal to 7k, so x is equal to 7 into 18. Okay, 7 into 18, so x is equal to 7 18 ja or else 18 7 ja 126 degree. So this is the value of x. Clear with this? This is about the second question. Now let us go for the third question of the exercise. In the figure 6.30, if AB is parallel to CD, EF is perpendicular to CD. They are saying EF is perpendicular to CD, and angle GED is equal to 126. Angle GED is equal to 126 means angle at E is equal to 126. Or complete this part. 90 also comes under 126 only. Okay, so GED is equal to 126. They are asking us to find what all angles? Angle AGE, this part, and angle GEF, this part, and also FGE, this angle. Okay, we have to find three angles of a question. Okay, so let us do this one. Let us write first given part and then we'll go for the solution. Given that AB is parallel to CD, okay, and EF is perpendicular to CD. This is 2 points which are given in the question, and also angle GED is equals to 126. They gave it. Okay, let me draw the diagram here. Okay, and they also said that EF is perpendicular to CD. Let us draw the diagram. AB is parallel to CD. AB is parallel to CD, they said, and this FE or FE is perpendicular to CD, means for this line, and there is a ray or a line segment which meets the AB. We call it as a point as a G. Okay, so given point, what we will write it here? FED is equals to 90 degree. By the, this is the symbol of 90 degree. So we are writing FED is equals to 90 degree. Okay, so we'll write roughly that what all we have to find it. Okay, we should find that angle AGE and GEF and also FGE. Okay, these three angles we should find it. Now we'll continue with this. Now as we know that angle GED is equal to 126, this complete angle is equal to 126, and this much we know as a 90 degree. Okay, this much we know as a 90 degree. Then how much will be this part? Only this part, GEF, that also we should find. No, GEF. Okay, fine, we'll find it. This angle GED is equal to 126. Okay, now can you see this AGE here? AGE, as AB is parallel to CD and this GE is like a transversal line, it means what? There is an alternate angle formed over here. Okay, AGE and GED, they are the alternate angle because AB is parallel to CD. So what we will write here? Angle AGE is equal to angle GED because of alternate angle, that is AB is parallel to CD. Okay, it means AG is equal to how much it is? GED angle 126. Okay, so this is about the first solution, that is AGE. Now we'll go for GEF. Boys and girls, you can see this entire is 126 and it is 90 degree. FED is 90 degree. If I subtract under 126 90 degree means what is the remaining part? That will be the GEF. Whatever the angle is remaining, that will be GEF. I will repeat it. GED is equal to 126 and FED is equal to 90 degree. Yes or no? If I subtract under 126 90 degree, now what is the remaining angle? 126 minus 90, that will be the solution for GEF, that is here. We should find this. So what I will write it here? Angle GED is equals to 126. Okay, so now what we require here? GEF. So what I require, that I will write it. GEF is equals to GED minus FED. Okay, that is GED minus FED. Okay, so GEF is equals to GED is how much? 126 minus FED how much? FED is 90 degree, so minus 90 degree. So when I subtract it, it will be 36 degree. Therefore angle GEF is equal to 36 degree. Okay, clear with this? And this is about the second solution. Now we'll go for the third one, FGE, this part. Okay, see, this also is simple. By using linear pair, a ray is standing on a line. So by linear pair, angle AGE plus angle EGF is equals to 180 degree. Yes or no? Once again, AGE plus EGF is equal to 180 degree. Yes or no? This is a ray standing on a line. Don't bother about this line. We need this part. No, we need this part, FGE. This angle I need it. So because of that, I am using this linear pair. Okay, once again, AGE plus EGF is equals to 180 degree. What is AGE here? AGE is how much we got? Is 126. Here it is. Plus EGF means that only we should find it, EGF. So we will keep it as it is, EGF, which is equals to 180 degree. So therefore EGF is equals to 180. Shift to 126 to other side, it will be minus 126, and 180 minus 126, how much it will be? subtract this. 10 minus 6 is 4, 7 minus 2 is 5, and this is 0. Okay, so 54 degree. Okay, therefore EGF is equals to 54 degree. This is what about the third solution. This is second solution and this is third solution. Okay, clear with this? Shall I repeat it once again? Okay, now as AB is parallel to CD and EFE is perpendicular to CD, what they give? GED is equal to 126. Okay, and by this symbol I can say that FED is equals to 90 degree. Okay, now what we have to find it? Angle AGE, angle GEF, and angle FGE. Okay, these three we should find it. Now first what we will do, by alternate angle AGE and GED is equal I will say, because of alternate angle as AB is parallel to CD. So GED value we know 126, so in the place of GED we are placing as a 126. So angle AG is equal to 126. And next GEF I want. As we know GED is equal to 126. Now what we will do, this whole GED minus FED, when I do it I will get GEF. So because of that I considered angle GEF. GEF consists of GED minus FED. GED minus FED. I will show you in one more diagram. Okay, so this is how the diagram it is. So this is G, E, F, and this is D. Okay, GED minus FED, I will subtract this. What is the remaining? This part is remaining. Okay, so GEF is equal to GED minus FED will be equal to 36. So angle GEF is equal to 36. And the last one is by linear pair. By linear pair means this part, AGE plus EGF. Okay, I will do it here only. AGE plus EGF is equals to 180 degree. Okay, this one. So AGE is how much? 126. EGF I should find it, so kept as it is, which is equal to 180 degree. 126 is the value of AGE. I'll shift to other side, it become minus 126, and the remaining I kept as it is. 126 minus 180 minus 126 is 54. So angle EGF is equals to 54 degree. This is about the third question of the exercise. Okay, let us move for the next question of the exercise. In the figure 6.31, if PQ is parallel to ST, PQ is parallel to ST, and angle PQR is equal to 110 degree. PQR is equal to 110 degree, and RST is equal to 130 degree. RST is equal to 130 degree. They are asking us to find QRS, angle QRS. This angle they are asking us to find it. Okay, and they gave hint also, draw a line parallel to ST through point R. From the point R we should draw a line parallel to ST. Okay, you can draw over here this side or else this side. Okay, but it should be from R only, and it should be parallel to ST. Okay, so let us solve this example. We will write the given part first. Okay, now PQ is parallel to ST, and angle PQR is equal to 110 degree, and angle RST is equal to 130 degree. Okay, and we should find what QRS is equals to, we should find it. We will draw the diagram here. Okay, so this is the diagram. This is the point P, Q, R, S, and this is T. Okay, so they give angle here 110 degree and angle over here 130 degree. Okay, so they gave hint that draw a line from R parallel to ST. I will draw this side, okay, and I will say this, and I will name it as a PQRST. I will make it, okay. So I will write it as a construction. Draw RU parallel to ST. Okay, draw RU parallel to ST. Okay, as they said that PQ is parallel to ST, and now ST is parallel to RU. Okay, clear with this? Now we'll solve this example. As RU is parallel to ST, as RU is parallel to ST, it means what? This is a transversal line. Angles, the sum of the angles on the same side of the transversal line is equals to 180 degree. We know this concept, we learned this. I'll repeat it. These are the two parallel lines and this is the transversal lines. Angle, sum of the two angles will be equal to 180 degree. Yes or no? So by using that concept, we'll find the angle over here. Okay. Now, as RU is parallel to ST, it means what? Angle RST plus SRU is equals to 180 degree. Okay, here we will write the statement that if a transversal intersect two parallel lines, then the pair of angles on the same side of the transversal is 180 degree, nothing but supplementary. Okay, now what is this RST? 130 degree, so 130 degree plus SRU is what? Nothing, we should find that only. Actually we will find that only. SRU is equals to nothing, we will keep it as it is, and this is equal to 180. So angle SRU is equals to 180. Shift this 130 to other side, it will be minus 130. So angle SRU is equals to 180 minus 130 is 50 degree. So what we got here? SRU is equal to 50 degree, we got it. Why we find out the value of angle SRU? Because as PQ is parallel to ST and ST is parallel to RU, it means what? PQ is also parallel to RU, so that this is the transversal line and this angle will be equal. Okay, na? So we will apply the alternate angle concept. So because of that, we are finding the angle SRU. Okay, now therefore as PQ is parallel to ST, okay, as PQ is parallel to ST and this ST or RU are parallel, okay, and RU is parallel to ST. Okay, this is under given part and this is under construction part. Okay, now what we will do? Therefore PQ is parallel to RU, we can say this. Therefore PQ is parallel to RU. As you know that PQ and RU are the parallel lines, This is the transversal line. Okay, that means the angles formed over here, they are alternate angles and they are equal to each other. Yes, na? Therefore angle PQR is equal to angle QRU because of alternate angle, that is PQ is parallel to RU. Okay, clear with this? Now PQ is parallel to RU over, fine, PQR is equal to 110 degree. Okay, and QRU, complete angle we don't know. Let us see what all angle consists of QRU. PQR is equal to 110 degree, which is equals to QRU consists of what all? QRS angle QRS plus angle SRU. Okay, angle SRU. This only both angles consist of QRU. See here, QRU consists of QRS and SRU. Okay, na? So we are writing in this manner. Okay, now so 110 degree is equal to QRS. We have to find that only, so we will keep it as it is, plus SRU. How much we got? 50 degree. Here it is. Yes or no? So we'll put the value of 50 as a 50 degree. So 110, shift this 50 degree to other side, it will be plus becomes minus. So minus 50 degree and QRS as it is. Therefore QRS is equals to 60 degree. Once again I will repeat it, just concentrate here. Okay, good and important question it is. As PQ is parallel to ST, okay, this is given, and PQR is equals to 110 degree and RST is equal to 130 degree, and we have to find what? QRS, angle QRS. We should find this one. Okay, so we'll keep it as a question mark here. Draw RU parallel to ST. Here we draw it. As RU is parallel to ST, angles on the same side of the transversal line will make 180 degree. So we use that part. RST plus SRU is equal to 180 degree. If a transversal intersect two parallel lines, then the pair of angles on the same side of the transversal is 180 degree or a supplementary degree. So RST is how much? 130 degree. Check here. Yes or no? Over here. So SRU will keep it as it is. So SRU is equal to 180 degree. Now 130 we shift to other side to become minus 130. SRU is equal to 180 minus 130 is 50 degree. Okay. Now as PQ is parallel to ST is under given part, and ST is parallel to RU, it is under construction part. Yes or no? So we will write here. It means what? PQ is parallel to RU. Okay, PQ is parallel to RU. Now because of the theorem. Okay, as I said you. Now angle PQR and angle QRU is equal because of alternate angle. This complete angle and this angle is equal. So PQ is parallel to RU. Okay, and PQR is equal to 110 degree and QRS and SRU. QRU consists of QRS and SRU. Okay, over here it is. So 110 is equal to QRS, angle QRS, and SRU is equal to what? 50 degree here. So 50 degree shift to the other side, it will be 110 minus 50 degree, which is equal to QRS. So 110 minus 50 degree is what? 60 degree. Therefore angle QRS is equal to 60 degree. Okay, so this is about the fourth question of the exercise. Okay.